Hi again, welcome to Pearl Magazine. Abandoned fishing nets, plastic bottles and bags, just some of the many items that don't belong in our oceans. Growing amounts of such garbage are not only accumulating in our waters, but also piling up on our beaches. Of course, this pollution threatens marine life, but there is also an increasing awareness of its far-reaching effects on humans. Pearl Magazine recently met with volunteer seniors in Hong Kong who are finding ways to tackle the pollution problem on land and in the sea. With more than 30 years of diving experience, Harry Chan was inspired by friends to become a ghost gear fighter, cleaning up the kind of garbage that is specific to marine industries, such as discarded fishing nets.
I love the ocean, and after years of diving, I still didn't know there are so many problems in the ocean. I'm using this opportunity to bring out a message.
Sin Cao used to be a paramedic. Now, after retirement, he's trying to save lives in other ways.
We have to give back to nature. When we go out, we could see so much garbage. We could help take it away when we leave. I used to save people. Today, I believe that our team, as we clean up garbage in nature, we're also helping reduce the harm to human beings.
For many people, retirement is seen as an end, a final chapter in life. But finding a new passion can turn a new page in life that leads in new directions. In his 3 decades of diving, Harry Chan never really thought about helping to clean up the ocean.
I'm 68 and have been cleaning the ocean for a decade. I started diving in 1987. I believe there was definitely a lot of garbage, but I didn't pay attention to it at the time.
But one day, after a conversation with a friend, Harry began to understand the problem of marine garbage in Hong Kong. He soon resolved to become a ghost gear fighter and began diving to rid the waters of human menaces like fishing nets and other garbage.
At that time, an expat friend asked me to clean the beach together. He was a diving instructor himself. He said, "Harry, you're at the beach, why don't you go further to clean up the sea?" I agreed to give it a try. As it turned out, there was really a lot of garbage under the sea. I started on that day.
Soon after starting beach cleaning, Harry was shocked by the huge amount of marine trash he found.
Why was there so much garbage? There was everything from plastic bottles to fishing nets, and even construction waste.
This sobering experience made Harry determined to do his part to help clean up the ocean.
I'm a diver and I love the ocean. I've been diving for years without knowing the problems in the ocean, so I'm using this opportunity to bring out this message.
Hong Kong's marine trash problem is bad, but Harry says it could get much worse. That's why it's important to deal with it now.
Abandoned fishing nets, also known as ghost gear, do exist in Hong Kong. It's actually an international problem. Hong Kong's situation isn't the worst. I went to Southeast Asia, like the Philippines, and the scale of fishing nets there was unbelievably large, sometimes several stories high. Fish get trapped and corals are destroyed, and bleaching occurs.
While some may consider it an impossible quest to rid the oceans of marine trash, Harry says it's also about raising awareness about environmental protection.
Of course, some people question how much we could do. Well, I've done a little. In the last 10 years, over 1,000 divers and volunteers have done the same, not just in Hong Kong, but also in the Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, and other places too.
When clearing out fishing nets underwater, the top priority is safety.
Cleaning up ghost gear is a high-risk activity, but with training and basic safety knowledge, it's not a problem. Generally, you don't need to dive very deep to clean them up, only about 10 meters. We would use oxygen bottles and diving equipment.
While Harry does his part to keep the oceans clean, he also has a simple message for others.
We can really give back to society. Apart from cleaning the beach, there are many things we can do. You learn more and feel happier.
Harry's efforts have gotten attention. He's been appointed as ambassador of the conservation fund of a local theme park. Today, he's inspecting the coastal environment with Judy Wan, who works on community education. After surveying the area, preparations are started for cleanup, and there are plenty of hazards.
You see, I put on 2 gloves on my left hand because I hold the net with my left hand. You may not notice things on the nets while diving. If suddenly there are hooks, I can feel it with the outside of the glove, and I would stop immediately. The most important thing is to protect yourself.
Harry also carries 2 knives.
Scissors are better than knives since it takes a longer time to cut the fishing nets with a knife. But if you get tangled up and you can't find scissors, at least you have a knife to save yourself. A flashlight is also needed. When the water is murky or when my diving buddy's lights are not normal, I'll take a look.
It's not long before Harry and Judy discover plenty of ghost gear.
It took half an hour, quite a lot. We found a lot there, but weren't able to clean up everything because there's too much.
But what exactly is the impact of all these discarded fishing nets on marine ecology and humans?
In addition to causing considerable damage to marine ecology, ghost gear also affects people's health through the food chain. Eczema, skin diseases, and other unknown strange diseases are actually caused by marine pollution through the food chain, such as contaminated seafood and shellfish.
Plastic waste also has detrimental effects.
We have cleaned up some very large plastic pieces today, but some are microplastics that we cannot see with the naked eye. How do you know you have it? Maybe a blood test can show the microplastics in your body. Marine organisms eat microplastics, and then through the food chain, the big fish eat the small fish, and we eat those fishes. We end up eating microplastics too, which has a great impact on human and marine ecology.
After the cleanup, Judy is quite impressed and a little overwhelmed.
His enthusiasm inspired me. He acts on it rather than just talks about it. He devoted time, energy, and action to influencing others. He knew the importance of marine litter problems and tried to solve them. I was shocked today and also a little unhappy because we saw a lot of garbage along the way, whether it was blown into the water by the wind or brought ashore by the sea. Plastic is a big part of it. The problem is still serious. I think the most important thing in education is to tell a good story and people become aware of the problem. Today's experience really helped my work in community education because it's a first-hand experience, and I saw it with my own eyes. When I bring students or other citizens here in the future, we can do more work to protect the sea.
When we come back, how the older generation is working to ensure a cleaner future for the next generation. Stay with us. Welcome back. Cleaning up marine trash can be a daunting and dangerous task, but fortunately, a small army of dedicated volunteers are determined to make our region a cleaner, safer place. In Hong Kong, many of those volunteers are seniors who are spending their days not only caring for the environment, but also helping to make time at the beach more enjoyable for everyone. After their underwater trash cleanup, Judy invited Harry to the Hong Kong Ocean Park Conservation Foundation to discuss efforts to protect the oceans.
The purpose of establishing the Hong Kong Ocean Park Conservation Foundation is to analyze, dissect, and run computed tomography on beached whales to learn about their causes of death. They are more affected by marine trash, such as fishing nets. They prevent them from finding food, so they die of starvation. Or they eat man-made marine debris which blocks their intestines and stomach, which causes their death.
And when it comes to saving the oceans, the clock is ticking.
I often share this story with my friends and students. We worry about sleeping in, so we set an alarm. But we don't get up when the alarm rings. We turn it off again. Finally, we have to get up and go to work or school. It's as if there's nothing wrong, but we're already late. I hope we can learn from this story. The alarm has been ringing for a while now. It's reminding us to protect the marine environment. We can't keep turning off this alarm. Harry hopes sharing his own experiences can make an impression on others.
Personally, I hope our team can help the foundation gain international attention in promoting marine conservation awareness. Through my passion, I hope to motivate others to conserve together. In the future, we hope more foreigners will come to Hong Kong to contribute to conservation, since the ocean has no boundary.
Harry was inspired by a foreign friend to clean up the ocean, but his early school life also had an impact on him. Today, he is returning to his alma mater with his teacher. Harry's teacher only knew Harry for a short while, but she still remembers him.
I only taught him for 2 to 3 years. He left this school to study elsewhere in 1966. This kid was very naughty, didn't study hard. But I never would have expected he would become a green ambassador and contribute to society. So grades can't predict a person's future. It is unpredictable.
A naughty student who now helps protect the environment and others.
I never thought he would be so smart, caring for the environment and the society. That's amazing. He's done this all by himself. He should be proud of himself. We are all relieved.
While not very serious in class, Harry was often punished for poking cicadas in trees. But he learned a lesson.
Looking back, the whipping punishment turned out to be a good thing. Since then, I remember to obey the rules.
Harry eventually went to a boarding school in the UK. The experience had a lasting impact.
I remember one dorm supervisor told me, "Harry, it doesn't matter, just remember one thing. No matter where you are, the most important thing is to give back to society. Even if you're cleaning the street, you're contributing." I will forever remember what he said.
Although Harry didn't excel in school, his teachers still supported him.
Students don't actually have to go to a prestigious school. The most important thing is support from their parents. Don't force kids to do things they don't like. Let them develop their own interests and give back to society when the chance comes in the future. That's a basic rule for success in life.
In his retirement, 59-year-old Sin Lik Kao also helps protect the environment. The former paramedic has found other ways to help people.
As a paramedic, I used to save lives. Now our team removes trash from nature, hoping to reduce the harm to human beings.
While cleaning up beaches, Sin realized how big the trash problem was. So he decided to organize a cleanup group.
Hello. 大家早晨，大家早晨。好，大家都齊人啦嚇。咁我哋今日咧就目的地索罟灣隔離嘅盧蘇城村嘅對出海岸。
His team of volunteers has grown over the past 4 years.
The past 4 years, our team went on 3,400 missions. We cleared over 44,000 bags of rubbish, including the countryside, hiking trails, and in the ocean.
Cleaning up a beach is a more straightforward task compared to removing trash from the water.
Pay attention when stepping on styrofoam pieces. Be careful that they're loose. If there are planks, watch out for nails. Try to use shovels and don't use hands, because there might be sharp edges like fish hooks, needles, and glass fragments. Don't get injured. Be extra careful. If everyone's ready, let's go now. Time is of the essence. Let's go.
15 minutes later, the volunteer team arrives at the destination.
We will clean up here. This looks like a slope covered with some leaves, but it's not a simple slope. I prepared some tools for you. I put them by the roadside. Prepare packages and shovels. Watch out for planks when walking. It looks like a hillside. Actually, it's not. It's like fried rice made of styrofoam pieces. If we come across long branches, step on them to break it into smaller pieces and then put them in the bag.
Sin says every typhoon means a lot more waste swept onto land from the sea.
They shouldn't exist in nature. We will clear them all. Be careful of the thorns. We only need several people here. Other people can work elsewhere along the shore. Actually, there's trash hidden in the grass. Don't like what you see? Clean them up. Just go to it.
Styrofoam, rope, fishing nets, none of it belongs in nature.
Judging from their small sizes and the amount, there are ropes used on boats. And there were 2 number 10 typhoons, Hato and Mangkhut, with waves reaching several tens of meters high, bringing garbage ashore. A lot of times, typhoons bring trash to the shore.
Over the years, thousands of volunteers have helped in the cleanups, and many enjoy side benefits.
The most important thing is that you exercise, enjoy nature, and clean up the trash. As Sin said, don't underestimate yourself. Clean a little each time counts to a lot in the long run.
The most important thing is talk the talk and then walk the walk. I look forward to participating each time, feel happy I can help others.
After every cleanup campaign, there is a family photo.
Shooting our back without a face means it can be anyone. Male, female, old and young can all take part.
In addition to showing their backs, they also post other photos.
Why do we point at the sky and land? As the Chinese saying goes, God knows what you did. Trash is created by humans. We are obligated to collect it.
Behind every pose is a reason.
We ask our teammates to lift their right hand and then left hand and then both hands. Why? It's to remind us that cleaning is hard. Let's do some stretching exercise to avoid injury.
Harry and Sin say they are living meaningful lives in retirement.
Retiring doesn't mean stopping. People say retirement is an end. It's not. Retiring is a new start. Many people have ambitions in their early years. They can pursue them in retirement.
Actually, I don't measure the things I do with money. Many friends say that I'm working without pay, but you can't measure that. It's a passion. Passion can't be measured with money, like parents love their kids, not with money, but with their heart.
Adopting the right attitude is good advice, regardless of age.
After retiring, I found one thing I like, and that is challenging: marine conservation. It's fulfilling. I never expected that retirement could be so fulfilling and could inspire friends around me.
Remember not to stop. Taking one step after another in life makes you happy. Age is not a problem. Just don't stop.
That's Pearl Magazine for this week. Join us again, same time next time. Bye for now.